right? So put in part B. Put in part B. Okay, what else? A medical report. A final medical report. Mestilah you nak attack. Because the final medical report would reveal that the doctor had done everything in his reasonable and capable manner in treating the patient, but you know, because of the fate and takdir yang menentukan, the defendant had died because of the procedure. Of course, the doctor will want to say that, but in the medical report, you would want to look for a loopholes, what is a negligence by the doctor and whatnot. So put in part B. But you agree as to the authenticity, no issue. It was issued by the doctor. It was issued by the hospital. Right? Is there any document in part C in medical negligence case? Sepatutnya tak ada lah kan. There's no part C lah. What is there as part C? But normally, this is a tips. If, for example, defendant receive a document from plaintiff which is totally outside defendant's knowledge, unrelated documents at all, you might want to suggest to put in part C in the first place for the plaintiff to call the maker. Apa contohnya? For example, in medical negligence case, the plaintiff said that because of the operation, he suffered injury. Because of his suffered injury, that he actually had been dismissed or expelled by his employer. Okay, has been sacked by his employer sebab dia ada injury and cannot perform the work. So dia pun, the plaintiff produced the letter of termination by his company, his employer. Okay, the defendant as a doctor who treated the plaintiff, does he has any knowledge of this? Of the termination of the employment? No. Has he ever seen the termination letter before? No. The has he actually informed by the plaintiff before that he was terminated? Maybe not. Okay, so that is a document totally alien to the defendant. When the document is totally alien to the defendant, you might want to put in part C first and then renegotiate during the trial, because you might want the plaintiff to call his employer to testify in court, and you want to challenge why you actually terminated him. Is it because of this injury, or you terminate him because he already has a disciplinary problem, blah blah blah. Okay, so maybe you put in part C. So that are the examples of division of documents. For example, kalau in the case of a normal banking matter, loan agreement between plaintiff and the defendant, you can put the agreement in part A because the content of the agreement is not challenged. Macam saya cakap tadi, the defendant might challenge the interpretation of the agreement but not the content. Content is there lah. We agree the content say that 30 days you need to issue notice. But my interpretation is different. You cannot use clause 24 in this situation. You must use clause 18. That is interpretation lah. You can use clause 3 or you can use this disclaimer clause. Okay, for example, the case of negligence, fitness first or whatever. That case yang, you know, curi dalam locker tu kan. There's an agreement. Okay, gym agreement between the company, the club, the gym, and also the patron. Okay, so the agreement, whether you want to put it in part B or part A, because there is a disclaimer clause in the agreement say that the gym, the club will not be responsible for any loss or damage to the patron's property, right? So the disclaimer of liability. So the plaintiff said that the disclaimer is void. The plaintiff is claiming that this disclaimer is void, but defendant is saying that no, the disclaimer can be relied on. So you want to put in part A or part B?
Part
Part
A
A or
juga,
part B? Why part A?
because interpretation je lain, even though content sama.
Not really. They are saying that the disclaimer clause is void. It is not about interpretation anymore. Interpretation is you agree that disclaimer is there, the content of the disclaimer is agreed. But you cannot use the disclaimer clause because there's another clause saying blah, blah, blah. If in that case you can put in part A, but here the case is that the defendant is saying, the plaintiff is saying that the clause 3 of the disclaimer clause is totally void and should not be there, and it's not enforceable and things like that. So you might want to put in part B, because the content, the very content, the validity of content is challenged. Okay, again, it is based on your discussion. It is based on your strategy. You can employ whatever strategy so that you can fully utilize this part A, B, and C to your advantage. Right? Okay, how to do this? You prepare the list of documents. Plaintiff prepare the list of documents in a table, numbering, documents, page number, and then you put one column as to the marking. You tulis kat situ marking, penandaan. Okay, you send to the defendant, you ask the defendant to mark apa? A, B or C. Defendant will mark. Okay, you give a list of document, full list of document, defendant will mark A, B, C, D, E. Tak adalah. A, B, C. A, B, C, B, B, C, C. Mark as to the category. Yeah, you give the index tadi, the list to the defendant. The defendant will mark. Defendant will return the marking copy to the plaintiff solicitor, and the defendant might also want to send their list of documents. Remember, defendant also has his list of documents. So defendant, we need to check whether the document that the defendant want to produce is already included by the plaintiff. If it's already included by the plaintiff, tak payahlah masuk. You put additional document which has not already been included by the plaintiff. You send to plaintiff solicitor with the same table for the plaintiff solicitor to mark A, B, and C. Okay, and then plaintiff solicitor return the list, the marked list, and at the same time, the plaintiff solicitor will prepare the final bundle in A, B, and C. Right? Kalau A tu runs 200 of pages, more than 250, you buat common bundle of documents. Tajuk dia besar kat depan, cover page, common bundles of documents. So in Malay is ikatan dokumen bersama. First line, ikatan dokumen bersama. Bawah dia, part A. Kalau you have part A, you have 750 pages for example. So ikatan dokumen bersama. Part A, bawah jilid 1. And then ikatan dokumen part A, jilid 2, jilid 3. Right, and then ikatan dokumen bersama part B, jilid 1, jilid 2, jilid 3, jilid 4, jilid 5. And then ikatan dokumen bersama part C. Okay, kalau dokumen tak banyak sangat, total A, B and C is like 100 pages only. So you put in one bundle, you put a divider. Ikatan dokumen bersama, tajuk besar kat depan, and then bawah index, the next page is index, part A, part B, part C. And then you put a divider, part A. And then next divider, part B, and then part C in just one bundle. Just one bundle. A, B, and C is all there. Okay, so that is on the bundles. Okay, prudently, when you send the list of document, when the plaintiff send the list of document to defendant, what I normally do is that I will also send the documents to the defendant. You send the list together with the documents. But some of the time the document is voluminous, too many. So the other option is to send the list and to inform the defendant that the document is available in our office. You can come and view it at your convenience. You can invite the defendant to come to your office to look through the document and mark the document. Pun boleh juga, depends on the agreement between parties. Tapi kalau tak banyak, you just send je lah document tu. Right? Now I'm conducting one trial. I'm defending one of the ex Director General of Felda, been sued by the Felda for damages of 500 million for breach of fiduciary duties and fraud and many more cause of action. That is also one defense and statement of claim that if I have time, I want to show you. It's very extensive, very comprehensive, very complicated issues. But Lee Shamuddin is on the other side. Lee Shamuddin is acting for Felda, plaintiff. I'm acting for the ex-Director General of Felda for defendant. So Liesh did something good lah, because of the voluminous of document. The document I think is like, you know, this box yang mover selalu bagi tu kan, the box that can be folded. It's quite a big box. So we have, I think, more than 50 boxes of documents. Yeah. Or more than 50 boxes of documents. So what Lee H did is they sent us a CD. They send us a CD. So CD tu you masuk, or you can send a pen drive. Okay, all the documents in the pen drive. So you masuk, you just view it without need to print it. 50 boxes of document, not you know, not go through and then, you know, it's like the whole office, occupied the whole office already. My humble small office akan penuh dengan
So memang start.
hello. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Lost connection. Sorry, I don't know why. I'm explaining about, okay, the sending of the pen drive and CD to the defendant's document. You send the list together with CD and pen drive, so it's easier. Okay, now if a document is not that much, you can just send also by email, or alternatively now you can share the drive. Google Drive can be shared folder. So many ways. The point is that you need to let the defendant have opportunity to view that document before they mark it. Right? The court is quite flexible on this, as long as you give the opportunity to the defendant. So that is common bundles of document. The duty to file common bundles of document is on the plaintiff solicitor. Plaintiff need to file the documents. Right? So that is all for the direction from court. So first is, I just recap the bundle of pleadings, statement of agreed facts, issues to be tried, list of witness, summary of case, opening statement, and also the bundles of documents. So 7. It depends on which court, depends on which judge. They might choose one direction to another, and some of the judge want to impose all directions. Depends on them. Okay, so that is all about the pre-trial case management. The next step will be to prepare the witness statement. That will be, I think, next week lah, right? So this week, during the consultation, I want to conduct a case management, number 1. Okay, so during consultation hour, you have to you have your matchup, right? Plaintiff and defendant. So both plaintiff and defendant must be present in one session. So nanti maybe Syed will try to organize this, put up a list for case plaintiff and defendant. Kita akan buat the case management macam dekat court. So in that case management, this Thursday, I will require both parties to explain to me about their case. Summary, the cause of action, the defense, right? And then I will ask a general question, for example, how many witnesses you have? Okay, and then is there any interlocutory application that you want to file? What is a document that you have? And then what are the issues in this case? Okay, I might also ask whether this case can be settled out of court, whether this case can be settled through mediation, why plaintiff want to file this case. So, while in the first place that plaintiff really want to file this case when it can be settled out of court, why defendant don't want to offer some form of damages when the defendant had already, know that they don't have a good and strong case. So anything that I want to ask before I give a direction. Okay, so each case management session would, I think, take half an hour. So nanti kita organize lah. Syed, please assist me on this to organize. And then just prepare yourself thoroughly and master your facts and pleadings. Okay, I will ask about the pleadings, definitely. So ada dua partners yang akan handle for one particular case. For example, for a contract, 2 of the partners will handle that for case management and hearing. So that partner will need to attend the case management. The other partner need to attend another case management for tort cases as defendant, right? So you have to divide. And then please wear a proper attire. It might not be with a jacket or something, but proper, if possible, black and white. And then you need to also the plaintiff need to introduce the parties as usual. I don't have to tell you this because you have done this before. Introduce parties like blah 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 blah, and then the plaintiff we need to highlight as before in the case management, highlight pleadings has been filed, pleading has been closed, there's no interlocutory application, our case is simply this, so we ask the courts for direction from court. So I will ask questions. So give opportunity to both partners to speak. Okay, jangan orang Kedah kata jangan pulun seorang. Okay, jangan pulun. You know? Maknanya I have two partners, seorang dominant and she or he speaks all the time. I don't want that. Give opportunity to your friend, to your colleague to speak so that I can assess him or her as well. Right? And then the most important part is that you must be able to answer the court's question directly and precisely. Okay? Tak boleh nak avoid that. If I ask a question, then straight away you must be able to answer. Because I will ask a question about your case. About your case. You must be very well versed with your case, your facts, your witness. What are the principles that you want to argue, perhaps, I will ask. Okay? Of course, the question will not be easy. Definitely will not be easy. Because my objective is to ask question that you cannot answer. Okay, saja bagi takut sikit. But students in my class last semester would know this lah. You know? Okay kan? Tak susah kan? So we'll do that this coming Thursday. So there's no more submissions of documents this week. Next week I'll give another submissions for the all the bundles, everything. Okay, after the case management. So this week you all rehat sekejap lah, focus on the case management. Okay guys, any questions?
Sir,
Yes.
the case management will be conducted in English or Malay?
You choose. It can be in Malay, it can be English. Okay, if you want to do it, okay. This is the my direction. You must start in Bahasa, except for Zamrin, right? We have one brother. Yeah, I think he also can start in Bahasa. Right? It's not that difficult. Okay, so start in Bahasa as in introduce yourself in Bahasa Melayu. If you want to continue in English, tak ada masalah. Seek leave from court to continue in English. Okay, dengan izin Tuan, dengan izin Tuan, saya siapa? Yusfarizal bin Yussoff, dan bersama-sama saya siapa? Dan rakan bijaksana saya bagi pihak defendant siapa, dan bersama-sama beliau siapa. Right, hari ini ditetapkan untuk pengurusan kes. Untuk pengurusan kes kali pertama. Tuan, jika diizinkan boleh saya teruskan dalam bahasa Inggeris dan cakaplah English. It's up to you. Okay, so yeah, that's my direction. No point of asking you to speak in English apa semua if you are, actually in court you can speak bahasa pun. But of course lah, the importance of English, yes, I understand that, but I give you opportunity. Whatever language that you feel you can convey the message more, clearly. Any other questions? Tak ada
Sir, kalau macam application for discovery semua buat time ni ya?
Yes. Yes, all interlocutory application. That's why you need to inform the court whether you want to file any interlocutory application. For example, discovery, interrogatories, apa semua lah. You inform the court, and the court will set another case management to hear that application, or hearing date to hear that application, or to allow you to file that application. So that's why sometimes PTCM pre-trial case management ada sampai 5-6 kali, 5 to 6 times, 7 times, 8 times case management, because the court will want to dispose of all interlocutory application first. Then only the court will set the date for trial. Right? So in our practice now, here we will conduct 2 case management. First is just to, check on the pleadings. Second case management is to give a direction and fix a trial date straight away. Normally it will be 3 to 4 case managements. Right? To observe the compliance, also court need 2 or 3 case management to observe the compliance of documents. Okay, so yes, interlocutory application will be dealt with during this stage. Remember the litigation roadmap yang I tunjukkan. So this is the stage where you file all your interlocutory application, especially discovery against third party ke, especially if you have any whatever injunction ke apa ke. Okay, last question if any. If not, that is all. Saya cakap tadi might not be that long kan, sampai pukul 10 juga. So okay, I hope you guys enjoy it. Alright, itu saja. If you have any question, again, just feel free to text me, and then Syed will assist me to do the list for Thursday. Thank you very much, guys. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.